Brothers Market at 118 South Main Street in Sigourney, where savings are made simple. Go to www.shopbrothersmarket.com. Digital coupons, earn rewards, deal of the week, shopping deals, and more. And make sure you download the Brothers Market app. It is a smart way to shop. Get into Brothers Market at 118 South Main in Sigourney and let Rick and the staff help you out or give them a call. 641-622-2191.
Here at Helmuth Ford, we are a small town dealership with no hassle and no pressure.
Retro Antique Tour, a shop hop adventure, Christmas edition, is this Friday and Saturday, November 15th and 16th, with stops in Oskaloosa, Pella, New Sharon, Ottumwa, and Lighton. The Retro Antique Tour is designed for people to discover hidden gems in shops and communities in a well-organized and distinctive antique shopping experience. Get more information at brushedbyjude.com. It's the Retro Antique Tour this Friday and Saturday, November 15th and 16th. Attention, please! We have an update on Santa Steve Stocking.
Ho, ho, ho!
Santa Steve Stocking is going to be full of a prize package valued at $1,000! $500 in gift cards. Hallelujah! $500 in cash! With 20 different outlets to register at. More details coming soon. The Watch Your Opera House presents the Old Man Band this Saturday, November 16th at 7 p.m. Old Man Band has been bringing their good time music to fans in East Central Iowa since 2018. Tickets are just $10 and can be purchased at watchyoroperahouse.org and also at the door. The concert's sponsor is Kelowna Auto Used Cars and Trucks. It's Old Man Band this Saturday, November 16th at 7 p.m. at the Watch Your Opera House. Enchanted Events, located just south of Sigourney off Highway 149, is the perfect venue to host a wedding, graduation, reunions, and so much more. They can seat up to 500 guests. There's bridal and groom rooms, a large bar, and more. For more inquiries, contact Mel or Chelsea or email enchantedeventsvenue@gmail.com or find more information at enchantedeventsvenue.com.
And here's your host, Steve Shedler.
Hello, 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 hello. I am your host, Steve Shedler. The morning wake up. Good morning to you on this Thursday, November 14th. Currently 44 degrees here in the big town of Sigourney, Iowa. Hey, our morning wake up being sponsored by Brothers Market in Sigourney. And you know, they've got savings made simple. You can get more information, more deals at shopbrothersmarket.com and also with the app. Make sure you download that Brothers Market app. We thank Brothers Market in Sigourney for sponsoring our morning wake up and being our headline sponsor. We thank Oski Dental for bringing us the studios, and you can schedule your appointment with Dr. Dan at 641-673-4845 as they are accepting new patients, going to file your insurance forms for you. They're a Delta dental provider, and they're located at 902 South 17th Street, Oskaloosa. We thank Brothers Market and Oski Dental. Let's take a peek at our forecast. It's brought to us by the Garden Gate in Sigourney. You can stop in and see Cindy and the gang at 105 South Jefferson in Sigourney, proudly serving Keokuk County and the surrounding area for 27 years now. Cloudy skies for today, a high around 50. Northwest winds could gust up to about 20 miles per hour. For tonight, cloudy skies will stick around, a low of 36, and winds will calm down tonight. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and calm winds, a high of 56. Partly cloudy tomorrow night, a low of 38, a little bit more gusty. And then sunshine on Saturday with a high of 59. Now, right now, our current conditions, humidity at 93%, winds are northwest at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. The barometer at 29.91, dew point at 43. And according to the National Weather Service equipment here in the Oskey Dental Studios, we do have 44 degrees in Sigourney, Iowa. Did have 0.3, 3/10 of an inch of precip in the last 24 hours. So there you go. That is your weather. Cloudy today and a high of 50. Your weather is sponsored by the Garden Gate. Let's take a look at our This or That. It's sponsored by Stacy Flynn at the Legacy Insurance Group and Welcome Realty in Sigourney. This is sleep in darkness. That is sleep with a light. I guess I'm choosing darkness. I mean, I might need a little bit of light to stumble to the bathroom in the middle of the night. But that'd be me, just maybe a tiny bit of light. Looking at that lady there, a night light right in my face, nah. My alarm clock is bright enough, so I don't need any more light than my clock. So I don't know. I'm going with darkness. I'm leaning towards the darkness on our This or That. Again, sponsored by Legacy Insurance Group and Welcome Realty in Sigourney. Let's go to our question of the day. Goes up at noon on Facebook. It's sponsored by Amy's Salon House and Spa in Sigourney. What are words that people mispronounce that drives you crazy? That'll be our question of the day. Over in Washington, are you going to wash your hands or are you going to wash them? Washington. I'm going with Washington being mispronounced that drives me crazy. Warsh. There's no R in Washington. So anyway, you can think about that, comment on that when it goes up at noon today. Let's take a peek into our tournament. Our For the Fun of It tournament for November is Best 2000s TV shows, sponsored by Colbert Feed in Sigourney. More than just a feed mill, Colbert Feed is your horse source in Keokuk County, as they provide bulk or bagged feed for your livestock. They've got feed for your horse, dogs, cat, bird, located by the Expo in Sigourney. Colbert Feed sponsoring our tournament, and we're into the second round of our tournament. And a nice matchup. I have not looked at our voting yet on this one this morning. It went up at 6 p.m. Thumbs up for Grey's Anatomy or heart for The Office. Voting goes till 6 p.m. this evening. I'm definitely 100% going for The Office. I'm rooting for The Office in this one. I am a huge Office fan. So Steve Carell and the gang from The Office, a fantastic show. You know, I am of the thinking that they should have just ended the series when Steve Carell left. Season 7 or whatever it was. But yeah, I'm all about The Office. That's my type of humor against Grey's Anatomy. But I don't know. I'll have to check. I think Grey's Anatomy was ahead last I knew. But I have not looked this morning. So we'll see who moves on. Let's take a look at our brackets. There you've got Grey's Anatomy and The Office up in the upper left-hand corner. Opposite of that is Breaking Bad against 30 Rock, which will be our next matchup at 6 p.m. this evening. You go down to 24 versus The Sopranos, and then you've got Sex and the City against Friends. So if I'm guessing, here are my predictions for the tournament. I'm hoping and rooting for The Office, so I'm going to go with The Office. I'm definitely going with Breaking Bad. If there's a serious show, The Office and Breaking Bad are probably my two favorite shows ever of all time. So I'm rooting for The Office. I'm rooting for Breaking Bad. I'm guessing that Friends will win. I'm guessing that The Sopranos will win. That's kind of the weak spot of the tournament, I think, is the bottom left. I don't know. I don't see much hope for whoever moves into the Final Four. I think whoever wins between Grey's and The Office will move into the finals. I think they'll probably go against Friends in the finals. And I don't know. It's up. I'm saying Friends could win the whole thing. That's what I'm looking at. So those are just my opinions on the For the Fun of It tournament, sponsored by Colbert Feed in Sigourney. We'll see how it plays out. Stay tuned. Let's take a peek at our community calendar. It's sponsored by Enchanted Events in Sigourney. Make sure you book your next event. Maybe a birthday, maybe you got a graduation coming up, a reunion, a wedding, whatever you've got coming up. Enchanted Events is the place for you to go for your next event. They sponsor our community calendar, and coming up, is that tonight? That is tonight. Today, from 4:30 to 6:30, the Fall Family Harvest Supper. That's tonight at Delta Town and Country Center in Delta, Iowa. Free will offering. Proceeds go towards the remodeling of the gym, I believe. Whatever they call it. Yeah, Town and Country Center. It's the Delta Gym. They go, pulled pork. Yummy. Baked beans, potato salad, desserts, and drinks. And they also are taking to-go orders. You got the phone number there. So, again, that's going on in Delta from 4:30 to 6:30 at the Town and Country Center. Also on our community calendar, do keep in mind there is a Thanksgiving Day meal coming up on Thursday the 28th. Starts at 11:30, goes till whenever, at the Sigourney Senior Citizens Center. I believe that's put on by the Lancaster Christian Church folks. So take advantage of that. Everyone is invited to that meal. And then also on the calendar, the Frosted Fairgrounds at the Keokuk County Expo comes up at the end of this month and into the first weekend in December. It's a drive-through holiday lights display for a free will donation. And if you're a business and you want to get involved in that, make sure you reach out to the Keokuk County Extension and Outreach Frosted Fairgrounds coming up. All right, coming up tomorrow here on Steve Shetler Media, we've got Blake Jack. He'll be performing at our Iowa Music Showcase tomorrow at Barnwired in Sigourney from 11:30 to noon. You can stop in, be part of that live audience tomorrow. Have fun with us. We've always got our regulars, and the regular list keeps expanding. So if you want to be part of the audience, you can always come up Fridays, 11:30 to noon. Or watch live here on Steve Shetler Media, Facebook and YouTube. Blake Jack, our entertainment for tomorrow with the interview and live music. Now, as I've been saying this week, tomorrow is going to be busy. They've got Rural Road Trip happening in the area. Barnwired is one of the Rural Road Trip stops. So tomorrow will be busy at Barnwired. So get yourself a table early and come and have a good time with Blake Jack. Again, there is no sports section this Saturday morning at Barnwired. We're taking the week off due to Rural Road Trip and due to there not being any high school sports really going on right now. So we're going to take this Saturday off for the sports section. Speaking of sports, though, we are not too far away from basketball kicking in here on Steve Shetler Media, and we've got a full, as you can see, a very full lineup of games for this winter. Featuring a lot of North Mahaska, Sigourney, and Pekin games, and also featuring a bunch of other area teams as their opponents: Montezuma, Keota, HLV, English Valleys, Cardinal, some EBF down there. So, lots of basketball coming up this winter here on Steve Shetler Media. First game is Friday, November 22nd, North Mahaska versus Montezuma in a girls' battle. Those North Mahaska girls are supposed to be good this year, so we'll see them in person coming up next Friday. Anything else we want to touch on? Oh, yeah, Santa Steve Stocking. If you haven't heard about this, I've been playing this promo on all my videos, but Santa Steve Stocking, it's going to be a big deal. It's a $1,000 valued giveaway, $500 in gift cards, $500 in cash. Going to one person. All of that stuff going to one person. There's going to be 20 different locations to sign up at. There'll be a little Christmas wrapped box for you to register and get your name in. So that will be revealed possibly as soon as tomorrow, at least some point this weekend. We're going to be revealing our 20 locations to register for Santa Steve Stocking. and then you'll have to get into those locations and get signed up for your chance to win. So, more info coming up. Santa Steve's stocking in time for the holiday season. All right, let's do our birthdays. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Yeah. Birthdays brought to us by Hometown Real Estate. Get more listings information at hometown-re.com. Celebrity and hometown birthdays for today. Hometown birthdays. We've got Blythe Meyer with a birthday today. Happy birthday, Blythe. Brooklyn Hemsley with a birthday. Stephanie Lown has a birthday today, as does Diana Greason. So those four with birthdays today. Happy birthday on our hometown birthdays. On our celebrity side, we've got the King, Charles III, turning 76 years old today, King Charles. JY, James Young from the band Styx, 75 years old. Where's Craig McClanahan when you need him? Craig, a huge Styx fan. Craig actually took me to a Styx concert several years ago. I mean, they were probably coming up on 30 years ago now. But Craig McClanahan had been to so many Styx concerts that he knows, probably still knows to this day, all of the backstage personnel. And we got to the Styx concert, and Craig was like, "Steve, you want to meet the guys in Styx?" I was like, "Well, yeah." So Craig just goes up to some of the backstage people that he sees, and he's like, "Hey, can we get in for a meet and greet?" And they're like, "Oh, yeah, come on back." So, yeah, I got an autographed picture of Styx somewhere in my house. I don't know. It's in my basement somewhere, I believe. So, Craig McClanahan, our local Styx expert. Condoleezza Rice from the world of politics and the government has her 70th birthday today. That's quite the first name. Condoleezza Rice, 70. Yanni, piano player Yanni, is 70. Run DMC, Joseph Run Simmons, the Run from Run DMC. He's got the runs. He's 60 today. How do you say this next guy's last name? Josh Duhamel? Josh, an actor, is 52. Chip Gaines from reality TV. What's the fixer-upper show that he's on? Chip. Oh, Chip. 50 years old. Travis Barker, the drummer for Blink-182, is 49. And football player T.Y. Hilton is 35. Those are your celebrity and hometown birthdays brought to us by Nikki Leathers, Hometown Real Estate, hometown-re.com. Hey, we are doing the morning wake-up here on Steve Shetler Media. It is brought to us by our friends, right up there, Brothers Market, back there, the Oski Dental Studios. Thank you to those sponsors and all of our sponsors for making things possible. On this date, again, today is Thursday, November 14th. On this date in history, 1832, we had the very first horse-drawn trolley cars in New York City, 1832. On this date in 1851, Moby Dick was first published. 1851. Anybody read Moby Dick? I have not read Moby Dick. Isn't it super long? I don't know. 1900, on this date, Watertown, New York, had 45 inches of snow in 24 hours. That is a lot of snow. 45 inches of snow. Year 1900 out in New York. And then finally today, 1968, Yale University went co-ed for the first time. So boys and girls allowed at Yale in 1968. Today on the National Day calendar, today is National Seatbelt Day. Click it or ticket. It's National Family PJ Day. Families have to wear their pajamas, I guess. Matching pajamas. It's World Diabetes Day. The diabetes. It's National Spicy Guacamole Day. And it's National Pickle Day. If If you enjoy a pickle. I ate pickles when I was a kid. I don't really eat pickles anymore. They kind of ruin things. So, yeah. 45 degrees on this Thursday morning. Brothers Market sponsoring our morning wake up. Let's hear from them. Brothers Market at 118 South Main Street in Sigourney, where savings are made simple. Go to www.shopbrothersmarket.com. Digital coupons, earn rewards, deal of the week, shopping deals, and more. And make sure you download the Brothers Market app. It is a smart way to shop. Get into Brothers Market at 118 South Main in Sigourney and let Rick and the staff help you out or give them a call. 641-622-2191.
The fall is an exciting time at Tassel Ridge Winery because many of the grapes that were hanging on the vine as recently as Labor Day are now wine and are ready for bottling. Our first wine of the season is the 2024 Iowa Nouveau, a very fruity, dry red wine with great plum and cherry flavors. It has had no barrel aging and is all fruit. It's made entirely from grapes grown in Iowa. The 2024 Iowa Nouveau is a great way to celebrate this year's harvest. The 2024 Iowa Nouveau will be available at the winery and at some of our nearly 400 retail outlets in Iowa on Thursday, November 21st. Tassel Ridge Winery is located in Lighton on Highway 163 between Pella and Oskaloosa and is open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday from 9 to 6, Saturday from 10 to 6, and Sunday from noon to 6. Check our website at tasselridge.com.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because when you feel totally protected, your family's free to enjoy their dreams.
Try it again. You're getting the hang of this. Good job.
American Family Insurance.
Contact Christy Tarr in Oskaloosa at 641-673-8965.
When shopping here at Helmuth Ford, we will do our best to put you in the vehicle that you want, that you love, and that is safe for your family.
Your safety is our focus. That's why we are a full-service repair facility.
We'd love to sell you a vehicle of your choosing. If we don't have it, we'll do our best to find it for you. If you're looking for a vehicle with low miles, a great price, and a friendly atmosphere, come visit us here at Helmuth Ford.
We look forward to seeing you soon.
See our full inventory at helmuthford.com.
Bridget's Public House is an Irish pub located at 208 First Avenue East, Oskaloosa. Bridget's Public House hopes you find it a warm, welcoming space that also serves delicious, unique Irish-based options created in their kitchen. And don't forget a cold beverage of choice. Located just off the square next to True Value. Come in and check out the unique decor at Bridget's Public House while enjoying a beverage or food. Follow Bridget's Public House on Facebook and stop in person at 208 First Avenue East, Oskaloosa. That's Bridget's Public House. Locally owned and operated.
Keokuk County Medical Clinic is your one-stop shop for healthcare. Our behavioral health providers offer a wide range of services to help you reach your goals. We have multiple family practice providers who see patients of all ages for acute and chronic care. Through a partnership with Bloom Pediatrics of Ottumwa, McKenna Bond, ARNP, is here on Wednesday and Friday mornings to give your child the special care they need. Libby Dasso, PAC, is here for all your rheumatology needs. Jack's Corner Drug is located just down the hall for your convenience.
Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa. It's more than a drugstore. They offer framing, merchandise like collectibles, a gift shop, crafts, college gear, and more. Plus cards, candles, and a whole lot more. Mahaska Drug is open late and on the weekends to fit your lifestyle. For more than just a drugstore, call 641-673-3439 or stop by Mahaska Drug at 205 North E Street in Oskaloosa. Mahaska Drug. It's more than a drugstore. Hey, we thank all of our sponsors for making things possible here on Steve Shetler Media, and the Morning Wake Up headline sponsor is Brothers Market in Sigourney. Hey, we are doing the Morning Wake Up, and we are broadcasting live from the Oski Dental Studios. Let's do some things you need to know. Whoa! Things you need to know. Sounds like seniors are going to have to pay more again for Medicare Part B. next year. The standard monthly premium for Medicare Part B enrollees will rise by a little over $10, $10.30 to about $185 next year. So plan on that. Quincy Jones, who just passed away here recently at the age of 91, according to his death certificate, which somebody looked at for some reason, he died from pancreatic cancer. So Quincy Jones. RFK Jr. suggesting that 600 people from the National Institutes of Health will be fired on day one of Donald Trump's second term as president. So going to have a reckoning coming to the National Institute of Health. Let's see here. Michael Strahan taking some heat on social media from people, but he won't be facing any punishments or fines from Fox Sports after he was seen standing with his fingers interlocked near his waist, while the rest of his colleagues for football all had their hands over their hearts during the national anthems. I mean, I get it. I mean, you should have your hand on your heart, but I mean, if you're standing there respectfully, just with your fingers together, that's all right. I don't know why we're making a big deal about that. Police say Gossip Girl actress, is it Chanel Banks, found safe in Texas after her family had reported her going missing. So that is good news there. Oprah denying that she was paid $1 million by the Harris campaign for her endorsement of Kamala Harris. So who knows there. Denzel Washington saying that Black Panther 3 will be one of his last movies before he retires. Well, that's sad. Denzel's always been one of my favorite actors. So he's saying he's down to his last few movies. There is a disturbance in the force, a disturbance in the Caribbean, that could develop into a hurricane and head towards Florida. And if that happens, the hurricane would be named Sarah. So Hurricane Sarah, something to look out for. How about The View? Whoopi and the gang on The View. They actually had their biggest numbers ever during election week, averaging just over 3 million viewers, which made it the number one show among daytime network talk shows and news shows. The day after the election brought in nearly 4.5 million viewers, which made it the show's most watched episode since Barbara Walters' farewell episode back in May of 2014. So The View doing some decent numbers here recently. AC/DC, Back in Black, is said to be planning a North American tour next year. So if you're an AC/DC, those guys are getting kind of old. You might want to see him if you get the chance next year. AC/DC planning a North America tour. Rumor Mill says there are big layoffs coming to CNN, as in like hundreds of layoffs, including some of their bigger names. So we'll see who gets on the chopping block for CNN. How about actor Dave Coulier? You may know him from Full House. He has revealed that he is dealing with stage 3 non-Hodgkin lymphoma. Dave Coulier from Full House with some health issues. Dick Van Dyke, evidently he is a liberal. He turns 99 years old next month. He says he is grateful that, quote, he won't be around to experience all 4 years of President Trump's return to the White House. So I don't know. You've got two things there. Dick Van Dyke predicting that he's going to die in the next 4 years. And he evidently doesn't like President Trump. So Dick Van Dyke. And the U.S., finally, in things you need to know, the U.S. has seen this is fun news. The U.S. has seen a 90% increase in sexually transmitted infections from 20 years ago. The U.S. reported over 2.4 million new, what they call STI, what they evidently don't call them STDs anymore, STI cases. 2.4 million new cases in 2023, meaning the population contracted over 1 million more cases than in 2004. Overall, however, they say the cases of STIs have gone down. That's kind of, I don't know. They're saying it went up, but then they're saying it went down. I'm confused. Anywho, that is your things you need to know. Shall we jump into maybe some impossible? Today's impossible question. Today's impossible question. I said recently, I think where I get my information, they may have changed the person that makes the questions. They don't seem to be as good as they once were. Today's impossible question, over 75% of people say there are some days that they are too tired to do this. What are we talking about? Over 75% of people say there are some days that they are too tired to do this. What are we talking about? Think about that. Let's go to the comments. Good morning to you. Patrick was number one in the comments this morning. Bubby, Dan, Sandy, Dixie, Amber, Jan, Tamara, Jackie, Anthony, Nancy, Sherry, Julie, and Amber. Oh, infections, not diseases. Oh. Julie said, yeah, the election is the only day I've ever watched. Yeah. I don't know if I've ever watched The View. It might make me vomit. Anyway, over 75% of people say there are some days that they are too tired to do this. What are we talking about? We're talking about making dinner. Get your minds out of the gutter. Making dinner. Stacy and I went out last night. She was too. If I made dinner, it'd be like frozen pizza or hot dogs or toast or cereal. Not very good in the kitchen. So we went out last night. Let's go weird. Let's get weird.
That is weird.
If it wasn't weird enough for you, let's go to Japan. The leader of Japan's Conservative Party has sparked an uproar by advocating for a ban on women marrying after the age of 25 and having their uteruses removed at the age of 30. What? This proposal was part of an overall discussion on the country's aging population and the problems it faces because of the falling birth rate. So, I mean, yesterday we were talking about Russia outlawing any propaganda against having kids, and now Japan doing this. They want to ban women marrying after the age of 25 and having their uteruses removed after the age of 30. So, get married and start having kids in Japan. Let's go from that to some fungus news. Who doesn't like some fungus news? Did you know that playing music will energize your favorite fungus in between your toes? The fungus among us. Fungus. I just like saying fungus, evidently. Fungus soil microbes, they're saying, may get a boost of energy from noise, like white noise in particular, according to a new research that found that the microbes exposed to a particular sound frequency in the lab grew faster. So maybe there is something about talking to your plants and playing some music for your plants and your fungus. Fungus. Let's go to Texas. A TikTok famous black-owned ride-sharing service featuring the option of armed drivers with a background in law enforcement or military will be making its debut in such cities as Houston, Dallas, and Austin. Now, it's called Black Wolf. Black Wolf, a small rideshare startup and self-proclaimed people-driven business, recently revealed on social media the results of a poll asking its followers which state it should launch next. So, I mean, I guess if you want to feel safe, it's kind of like having a bodyguard drive you around or something. Again, it's kind of like Uber or Lyft. They're going to come and get you, but you'll know that your driver is armed and can protect you if need be. So, I don't know why you would need protection, but if you do, that might be the way to go. And let's go to Quebec. A Quebec provincial police officer has been suspended for 15 days without pay after throwing part of a young motorcycle accident victim's skull into a ravine a few years ago. Maybe he just found the part of the skull on the road and was like, oh. administrative judge with the Police Ethics Tribunal found that Sergeant Sebastian Ploff's misconduct was inexplicable and unjustifiable, but nevertheless upheld the sentence that had been jointly recommended by the officer and the ethics board investigator. So, yeah. Okay, just throwing away random pieces of skull found on the road. Let's go to the files of law and disorder. In some disorder, a bank robber in the UK went in to rob a bank, was hiding his identity with a pillowcase over his head. However, the idiot didn't cut out any holes for his eyes or his mouth, so he couldn't see. So he had to lift the pillowcase up to talk to the bank teller. That kind of gave himself away. Matthew Davies failed to create the eye holes ahead of his armed robbery. The 47-year-old who threatened staff with a meat cleaver, that's an interesting way to rob a bank, left the branch with nearly $2,000 in European money, but was later arrested. So, yeah, he should have used the meat cleaver to cut some eye holes in his pillowcase. What an idiot. Let's go do something that'll make you smile.
Something that makes you smile.
Something to make you smile, brought to us by Lifetime Dental Solutions, Dr. Stacy Freeze. Lifetime Dental Solutions in Sigourney. You can see her for cleanings, pediatrics, extractions, and much more. Something to make you smile, and this full story will be posted at 7:45 this morning on my Facebook page. A couple arriving at their home in Australia, mate, after midnight, found their bedroom occupied by an unexpected intruder. A koala bear. Oh. The guy posted a video to Facebook showing the scene that... it was her. Fran showed the video showing the scene that her and her husband were confronted with in their South Australia home. They say, only in Australia. Shows a koala bear exploring the bedroom while they were kind of shouting at it to try to get it out of the bedroom. Evidently, they must have gotten it out after a while, but a koala bear snuggled up in their bed. That's something to make you smile. Brought to us by Lifetime Dental Solutions. If this show in itself hasn't been duh enough for you, let's...
Duh.
Fatal accident occurring on a hurricane-damaged highway in North Carolina when a driver bypassed a barricade and veered off the roadway. The incident took place on Interstate 40 near Tennessee, an area heavily affected by Hurricane Helene. The highway, marked by extensive lane damage, became notorious after Helene's devastation left it virtually impassable. Now, the driver entered I-40 at the 7-mile marker and was traveling against the traffic flow when the tragic incident occurred near the 4-mile marker. Now, the lone occupant, 63-year-old North Carolina woman, was taken from the wreckage, transported to a hospital where she later succumbed to her injuries. So, yeah. Sounds like a bad deal there. I don't know why that was in the duh. I mean, that was, don't travel in that area in Tennessee going against the traffic. You might have bad things happen. Let's take one last look at our forecast. It's sponsored by the Garden Gate in Sigourney. Cloudy today. So what you see outside right now is what you get. High around 50. Northwest winds could gust up to 20 miles per hour. Right now we've got 45 degrees here in the big town of Sigourney. We do thank Brothers Market in Sigourney for being our headline sponsor for the morning wake-up. Savings are made simple. ShopBrothersMarket.com. Download that app. Of course, we are broadcasting live from the Oski Dental Studios. Well, Thursdays are a busy day. Let's take a look up at our video schedule. On the video wall, we've got In Remembrance Of coming up at 8 a.m. 10 a.m., we might have a Sigourney Public Library video. I don't know if I've seen a video come through from Miss Amanda yet. So we'll have that coming up, hopefully. Otherwise, Mahaska County Conservation, The Great Outdoors at 4 p.m. 5:30 has Successful Farming. We'll get our weekly pet video at about 6. 7 o'clock, Morgan, you asked for with sports and more. And then, fingers crossed, we will get the Hawkaholics podcast tonight, talking about Iowa Hawkeye football. So lots to get to today and tonight here on Steve Shetler Media. Otherwise, we'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Have a great day.